My name is Samuel Gesser, born in 1930 in Montreal, and ended up a distributor for Folkways Records. So started everything in my career, writing, television, radio, presenting artists on stage. I was just browsing through some record store and I saw a Lead Belly 10-inch record. Folk songs reflect life.
This is the very album you purchased on that trip to Chicago?
The songs that were valuable to me taught me something. I came back to Montreal and I went to stores because I wanted to Pete Seeger's or Falasha music of Ethiopia and all that, and nobody had Folkways. For whatever reason, I don't know, I got on the bus and went to Folkways, and Moses Ash was there, and I said, I went to the stores and nobody had them. He says, go back to the stores and take the order and I'll give you 55% off the records. So I thought, well, I said, 55%? Yeah, you have to give the stores 40% and you'll keep 15%. This is where I started distributing Folkways, and we used to lug them up the stairs, and sometimes as many as 40 cartons at a time. One way of getting the records sold was to present some of the artists. And the first one I presented was Pete Seeger. It was to me a revelation because all of a sudden somebody was singing about things that actually mean something. You know? I was born in the east part of Montreal, which is a low income level, multilingual, very ethnic, diverse, people speaking Polish or Ukrainian or German. My mother spoke to us primarily in Yiddish. 4460 was a place we lived before we moved to St. Urban. I used to climb the walls up to my friend's house on top and then go in his window. And when I look at it now, I said, how the heck did I ever do that? I went to the #1 radio station in Montreal called CFCF. And I went there and I said, you know, I distribute Folkways records and I'd like you to play them. And they said, we don't have a program for this. Why don't you write a program? I never wrote a program in my life.
What's the first album you did for Folkways?
It was Songs and Dances of Quebec. And I said to Mo, I said, you know, you only have one Canadian album. Actually, you have two. And he said, well, what are you going to do about it? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, go out and get some Canadian records. I was very, very proud to be Canadian, so I always try to show Canada when in the States or the rest of the world. And I said, well, okay, I'll do that. Having no idea about recording or anything. When I look at the list, I'm really bowled over. I can't believe that I did about 10 albums a year for 14 years. But, you know, Folkways was that magic company that allowed me to do these things. You know, I get into a taxi to do that World of Music, a different country every week for an hour. And the taxi driver asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Radio Canada. He says, oh, what do you do there? I said, well, I'm writing a program called World of Music in a different country. He said, I played a fiddle. At Jean Carignan, and I ended up recording him. And he made his living actually riding the trains from Quebec to Montreal playing the fiddle. But before that, he was a bootmaker. This complex is Place des Arts, and the original theater, built in '64, seats 3,000, and that was the opening for me to do larger shows. It's amazing how well attended shows are. You know, I was blessed to live in a city that was open to all kinds of different ideas. Because of that, I was able to bring very unusual shows, which Montreal and maybe New York was the only two places that presented these shows. To me, when I look back, I'm the only one that I know of the promoters, or whatever you want to call them in Canada, that did such a variety of entertainment on stage. Most people kept to 1 or 2, 3 areas. They would do the classics, they would do dance. Forget about jazz, forget about theater. The people began looking forward to these things. I didn't do things because I personally felt that there was a big legacy I was leaving. I know I was leaving a legacy, but it wasn't a personal thing. It's hard to explain. You know, it's just like the folk songs, and who wrote them, We don't know, but they still exist. Ruth came as a visitor, and I met her, and I fell in love with her. I mean, of all the things I've done, we're married now 33 years. To me, it's the most wonderful relationship I could possibly think of. It was really my curiosity. Maybe I was born with it, and something. When I look back, as I said, I really don't understand how I did all these things. To me, it's a complete. I was born at the right time, and presenting and all that, and writing. Today it's a whole other ball game. I have a friend who says you're lucky. I said, why am I lucky? He says, because you don't have any degrees. He said, if you had a degree, you would have stuck to one subject. This way, you had no degrees, and you ended up doing a lot of things. I said, well, I've never heard that one before, but maybe there's some truth to it. I don't know. It's all because of that one 10-inch record that I bought in Chicago.